Hello, friends. Let us continue with Act 5. The last day we had actually ended till somewhere around line 72, 73. Let me just reconnect where we had ended. Lorenzo says the human soul is also filled with such music, but we cannot hear the music as long as this muddy vesture of decay, referring to our body, engrosses, covers our soul. And Jessica commenting, saying that I am never merry when I hear sweet music. So she feels never happy when she hears sweet music, and Lorenzo finding out the reason. The reason is your spirits are too attentive. You are too absorbed by music. And when you get too absorbed, too deep into music, your heart feels melancholic, your soul feels sad. He then proceeds to explain the impact of music, especially on wild animals, on horses. He says, for do note a wild and wanton herd of race of youthful and unhandled colts. A wild wanton herd of untrained colts. What are they doing? Please note, fetching mad bounds, jumping, bellowing, neighing loudly, which is because of their hot condition, because of their youth, because of the impulsiveness of their blood, because of the rashness of the blood. But perchance hear the sound of the trumpet. So if music pierces even the ears of such unhandled, untrained colts, what do? Or any air of music touch their ears, you shall perceive them making a mutual stand. You shall perceive them, you shall see them making a common stand. What about their eyes? What about their eyes? Their savage eyes turned into a modest gaze by the sweet power of music. So please note, what impact does music have on animals? Here, for example, Lorenzo has mentioned untrained, unhandled colts. Therefore, the poet did feign that Oriphus, please note the allusion to the poet. Who was the poet? The poet over here is Ovid, the Roman poet Ovid. He narrates the story of Oriphus, a Greek musician, how the Greek musician would be able to move stones, lifeless things, rivers, trees, with the power of his music. So such is the power of music. It has the power to even move lifeless objects. So, therefore, the poet did feign that Oriphus drew trees, stones, and floods, streams, rivers, since not so stockish, stubborn, not so stockish, full of rage, hard, but music for the time doth change his nature. Please note the impact now that music has on human beings. A person who's stockish, so full of rage, so hard, cruel, hard-hearted, music changes his nature, music changes his character, and well said, the man who hath no music in himself. The man who cannot appreciate music or is not moved by the concord of sweet sounds, is not affected by sweet harmony, is fit for treason, treachery, strategy, and spoils, plunder. The motion of his spirit are dull as night. So his spirit, his affections are dull, are dark. His feelings, his behavior can be compared to as the night itself as dark, and his emotions, his affections, dark as Erebus hell. Let no such man be trusted. Mark the music. Very important passage. I can see at least 2 or 3 questions that can come. How does music impact the animals with reference to the untrained colts, unhandled colts? Who is the poet in question? What did he imagine? How is the man who's not moved by the impact of music? So all these questions are questions that can come. And Portia says, so enter Portia. So we see the entry of Portia and Nerissa at this stage. The light we see is burning in my hall. How far that little candle throws his beams. How far that little candle throws his beams. His beams. Whose beams? The candle. So the candle is his figure of speech personification. How far that little candle throws his beams, so shines a good deed in a naughty world. Simile, so, as, like, so. A simile. What is Portia saying? Take a dark room and light a small candle. And as the light of that small candle will spread through the room, similarly, even a small good deed will spread through the wicked world, will spread through the dark world, and help to make this world a much better place, just like a small candle lights up a dark room. So a small good deed lights up the wicked world. And Nerissa says, when the moon shone, we did not see the candle. When the moon was shining, we did not see the candle. And Portia's reason, please be careful, be very careful about this. A probable question. What does Portia says about the king and the substitute? So doth the greater glory dim the less. A greater glory overshadow the less. We don't see the moon when the sun shines. We don't see the stars when the sun shines. A greater glory overshadows, dims, covers the lesser glory. And she says a substitute shines brightly as the king. So a substitute will shine as brightly as the king. Till what time? Till the king be back, be by. And then what happens? The state of the substitute empties itself into the state of the king. So the substitute loses his identity. I repeat once more. A substitute shines, so doth the greater glory cover the less. A substitute shines brightly as the king. Till the king be by. Till the king comes nearby. And when the king comes, what happens? The substitute loses its existence into the king. The state of the substitute no longer exists, just like a inland stream, an inland brook that loses its existence when it merges with the main of waters, the sea. You can talk about the Ganges, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra, such mighty rivers. But as these rivers merge with the sea, their individual existence actually gets lost. Similarly, the substitute shines brightly as the king till the king be by. And what happens then to the substitute? The substitute loses its existence just as an inland brook, a stream or a river, that empties itself into the main of waters, into the sea. Music hark. And Nerissa says, it is your music, madam of the house. And Portia says, nothing is good I see without respect, without proper time. Everything has a time. Everything done in the proper time appears to be correct. Methinks it sounds much sweeter than by the day. We have seen Lorenzo making that comment in line number 63 or 64. Soft stillness and the night become suits the touches of sweet harmony. Portia now repeats the same thing. Methinks it sounds much sweeter. What sounds much sweeter? Music sounds much sweeter than by the day. So silence and stillness becomes the touches of sweet harmony. And Nerissa says, silence bestows that virtue on it, madam. And Portia says, the crow doth sing as sweetly as the lark when neither is attended. Listen to. There will be no difference between the crow and the lark. Both are birds. The crow cannot sing, the lark can sing. So you'll see over here the name of 4 birds. 2 of them can sing, 2 cannot. So here is the crow that can't sing. However, there is no difference between the crow and the lark when neither of them is paid attention to, when no one is listening to them. Similarly, if the nightingale should sing by the day, when there is so much of noise, when every goose is cackling, would not be considered a better musician than the wren. The wren is another bird which cannot sing. She says, how many things by season seasoned are. How many things by season seasoned are. By season, by right time are seasoned, are taken to their perfection. How many things by season. Remember, first by season, by time, by proper time. Seasoned are perfected. So the first season, time. The second season, perfected. To their right praise and true perfection, Piso, the moon sleeps with Endymion and would not be awake. The moon sleeps, it's a phrase. The allusion is given, who was Endymion? And why the phrase came. Please read that phrase, it's an important question for allusion. But simply it means the moon sleeps with Endymion. The moon is shining bright. And Lorenzo says that is the voice, or I am much deceived, of Portia. And Portia says he knows me well. Please note how. Please note the wit of Portia. So witty. She says she knows me well with my voice, as everyone knows the cuckoo because of the bad voice. The cuckoo is a bird. And Lorenzo says, dear lady, welcome home. We have been praying for our husband's health again. A wrong pretext is been given. A wrong excuse has been given. We know where Portia was. We know where Nerissa was. We are again keeping up that fabrication that they were actually roaming around churches, which is not true. We have been praying for our husband's health, which speed we hope becomes better, so which prospers. We hope their health prospers because of our words, because of our prayers. Are they returned? And Lorenzo says, madam, they are not yet, but there is a messenger come. So what news has the messenger given? Who is the messenger over here? The messenger must be Lancelot, who has given the information that Bassanio will also be back before dawn, to announce their coming. And Portia says, go in, Nerissa, give order to my servants that they take no note at all of our being absent. So that's the instruction given to the servant. What is the instruction? Nobody should leak out that secret that they were absent. The same instruction is given to Lorenzo, nor you, Lorenzo, and Jessica, nor you. You are not to tell anyone, you're not to tell Bassanio that we were not present over here. And Lorenzo says, your husband is at hand. I hear his trumpet. We are no telltales, madam. We are no telltales. We do not leak out secrets. So please note how Lorenzo assures, another question, how Lorenzo assures Portia, we are no telltales. We do not leak out secrets. So fear not, madam. You have nothing to fear. Thank you so much for here. Please note, I've been waiting for you to ask clarifications, which I haven't got till now. If you care asking me, I will definitely try to clarify your doubts. We are almost at the fag end of our Merchant of Venice, and with that, the syllabus of the ICC. I would want a feedback as to what you are having problems in, so that I can take up these stories or poems or Merchant of Venice for your clarification, for your help. Thank you so much. Take care, stay safe, and be good. Thank you once more.